everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annelies and today I will be reviewing 3 new women's fragrances by Zara. If you're like me and you love Zara fragrances, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I have several other Zara fragrance review videos up already and I have several more coming up. Without further ado, let's just get right into the review. So I'm going to start with Eternal Magnolia. Zara describes this fragrance as a creamy white bouquet with woody notes and has notes of velvety magnolia petals with pear blossom, jasmine, gardenia, and frangipani. This one comes in a big bottle of 100 ml and a small 30 ml bottle. In Europe, this was $8.95. I kind of forgot how much the big bottle was, but I will put it down below in the description. In the United States, you're paying $12.90 for the small bottle and $25.90 for a 100 ml bottle. And in Canada, you will be paying $29.95 Canadian dollars for a big bottle and $15.90 for a 30 ml bottle. So I gave this a spray and it instantly reminded me of a few other fragrances. So one, it reminded me of Orchid, also by Zara, which I owned, but I bought it such a long time ago and I was just, bored with the scent basically. That was long before I got into fragrances. So I wore that fragrance for maybe 6 months or so, non-stop. And I had a little bit left, but I got rid of it. And that was already a while ago, so I don't have it to compare anymore, but that is instantly what this reminded me of. And it also reminded me because Orchid is basically a dupe for Victoria's Secret Bombshell. So this is pretty Bombshell-like as well, but it also reminded me of Victoria's Secret Tease. Now, I live in Belgium. We don't have Victoria's Secret stores in my country. So the only places where I ever got to smell Victoria's Secret fragrances is at the airport. And there you have a bunch of perfumes all sprayed together. So it's kind of hard to really evaluate the scent. So I might, don't take this too literally, but that is what this fragrance definitely reminds me of as far as I can remember what those fragrances smelled like. So it is absolutely beautiful. I do really like it. It is very fruity floral. It has a freshness. This instantly transports me to springtime. I do think it has a little bit of a youthful vibe. So when I smell this, I kind of think of a girl between like 17 and 25 or so. But of course, everybody can wear whatever they like. So if you're 16 and you want to rock that Coco Mademoiselle, or you're 85 and you want to rock Cloud Pink, whatever, just do what feels good. But that's just what I'm thinking of when I smell this. It's more of a young, early 20s type of girl. It's very girly. It's very floral, sweet, fresh, innocent, very, very pleasant. I do think you could get a lot of compliments when wearing this one, but it's not a super modern scent. So like I said, it reminds me of Orchid, also by Zara. I had that one. I think I got it like 7 years ago, if not more. So I was in my 20s back then. So maybe that's why I'm thinking of 20-something-year-old girls. But I do really like it. If you like those sort of scents like Marc Jacobs, or just very fun, fruity, springtime scents, I do think you will like this one. It's also pretty strong. I haven't worn it on skin, so I don't know how long lasting it is. I know that most of these bottles by Zara aren't the most long-lasting ones, but when you do spray it, the scent is very much there. It is very present. So basically, it might be that you need to bring this with you in your purse to reapply throughout the day. But nevertheless, I think it's a pretty good scent. I do think it's beautiful, and for the price, I really don't mind overspraying. But again, maybe you don't even need to. I didn't try this on skin, so let me know if you have and if it is long lasting. But yeah, that was Eternal Magnolia. The second fragrance is called Myself Flower. This is a citrus aquatic aromatic scent with modern rose, peach, and cedar. and it only comes in a 100 ml bottle this time. I paid this one roughly 18 euros in Europe. In the United States, this one retails for $25.90, and in Canada, I think it retails for $29.90 Canadian dollars. By the way, this one was released together with this one, and these two were released together with the Minimal Collection. If you saw that one, I already reviewed it. I will link it up here and in the description below. But for some reason, they had this massive Minimal Collection plus these two, which don't really belong to any collection in particular, but that's just what Zara did. So my Self Flower is a very, it is very impressive. One, it doesn't really smell like a perfume. I don't think it smells like an actual fragrance. It smells like, so beautiful. It really smells like a laundry, not really a detergent, but like a laundry fabric softener with a beautiful aroma. Okay, imagine it's 1993. And you're walking around in a town or maybe even a city. And you know those dryers that have the tube that goes through the wall and the warm air gets blown out of the house through that tube through the wall? Imagine you walking by a house that is drying their freshly washed clothes and you are getting a waft of that warm air that is being blown out of the house. That is what this smells like. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just imagine those clothes drying on a, what's it called? Like that big line, like a drying line. Do you know what I mean? Like in the garden. It smells as if that person in 1993 just washed a batch of baby's towels. Or just towels, you know, maybe not even baby or children's towels. I know now people are not really perfuming their laundry when it comes to children, but back in the day they did. Maybe my mother used a fabric softener that sort of smells like this, and that is why I'm getting that particular picture in my head. But I really love it. I don't really think I would wear this as an actual fragrance. I think I'm just gonna regularly spray this around the house, just in a few rooms in the morning to get the day started, and then your house will smell as if you are drying freshly washed, super soft towels. I think it is stunning. I think it's sort of that like aldehydic vibe with that rose, but it's not a harsh rose, it's not a dry rose. It's probably that peach in it that gives it some more, just makes it super pleasant. But again, not sure if it's that appropriate to wear as a fragrance, but you do you. Let me know if you do think this is an actual people fragrance. I'm gonna use this around the house, and that was my review for my Self Flower. And then for the final one, which got released a few days after the previous two were released, Zara came out with another chapter fragrance. This one is called Nocturnal Life. This one comes in 80 ml bottles. I paid roughly 23 euros in Europe. In the United States, you will be paying $35.90 US dollars, and in Canada, you will be paying $39.90 Canadian dollars. Zara describes this fragrance as light but persistent, with notes of incense and orange. And I don't know where I saw it or I read it. I really don't remember, but somewhere I picked up that it had a note of chocolate or cacao, but I really don't know where I got it from. So I could be mistaken about that. So this is a very fall-like type of scent, and I sprayed it and it's pretty similar. Actually, it's very similar to another Zara fragrance, which is called Sand Desert at Sunset, and it is one of the men's collection fragrances, which in its turn is supposedly a dupe or dupe-ish. Okay, don't take it too literally, but dupe-ish for Kilian's Angel Share. So if you don't know what Angel Share smells like, it is basically a very gourmand, cinnamony, boozy apple pie type of scent. And personally, I do think Sand Desert at Sunset is a dupe. I have to be careful when I say something is a dupe because in my definition of a dupe, it means that it is very similar. It smells almost the same, but that doesn't mean that it smells exactly the same, okay? So just take that into account whenever I say something is a dupe. But yeah, you can't deny that it is at least Angel Share inspired. And then this one is actually very similar as well. However, I did notice some differences. This one is a little bit sweeter. I feel like I'm actually picking up on that gourmandish chocolate note that, again, I don't know where I got it from. I don't remember where I read it because it's not on the website. And I haven't found this one on Fragrantica either. But yeah, it could be chocolate, it could be praline that I'm picking up. That is a possibility as well. But something sweeter in this one that you don't really have in this one. This is a little bit more spicy and slightly less sweet. So that's maybe why they've put this one in the men's collection, because sweeter perfumes just, I think women gravitate towards them a little bit more than men. So this one is a little bit more feminine smelling, but has a very similar DNA as well. I do like it. I do think it is very pleasant. I think this is a perfect fall scent, okay? So it's a little bit early now maybe, but I think around October, where you get all those cozy fall vibes and you're making like hot beverages with steamed milk and cinnamon and pumpkin spice, everything. This is a great fragrance. It's super cozy. It is gourmand, so you do have to be into gourmand scents. Personally, I'm not the biggest gourmand lover, but I don't think this is actually overly sweet and overly edible smelling. Well, it is edible smelling, but it's also perfumey, if you know what I mean. So I do like that. I don't really like scents that have a very photorealistic vanilla cake type of scent. That's just not my vibe, but this one is okay. This is perfumey, gourmandish, sweet, not overly sickly sweet. I thought it had pretty good projection, and longevity is also at least average, so I think it's a really good fragrance. And if you're looking for a sweet, gourmand, cozy, comforting fall scent that is very reminiscent of Kilian's Angel Share, I really think you're gonna like this one. Give it a try and let me know in the comments what you think. By the way, you can do that for all of these fragrances I reviewed today. Obviously, I'm always very curious to know what you think of these fragrances. But that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be posting more Zara fragrance review videos, so I will see you for the next one. Bye!